That way I don't forget.
Yeah.
But
What?
check this out. Hold on, I'm gonna share this screen with you
Mhm.
so you can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Share screen.
Did that video just come out today?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's not just the noise, but every expert was constantly saying, bring more condition, bring more condition. He would have to listen and suffer because we know what it takes to get the chop on condition. Hadi was doing it 3 hours of cardio, and he still does that. I mean, there are levels in this game, and if you really want to be ripped, healed, that's when you play.
If people need to do 3 hours of cardio and eat nails, I was
do it.
willing to do that because I was so hungry to be the best in the world, right?
Well, in a way, I did try. So don't get me wrong. I did try to express this.
All right. Very, very clear explanation. I had no idea it was like this. This is the first time I'm hearing this. This is the first time Milos opens up, and he was only able to do it now that he's no longer working with Samson. And so far, everybody was putting that on Milos, that he's the one to blame why Samson is not coming in condition. But apparently, Samson is not willing to suffer. He's not willing to do hours of cardio. And I did hear this before on Manny's podcast. Dennis was like, why can't he get conditioned? And Milos was like, that's as far as he can go. Like, he's suffering as much as he can, and that's it. And Dennis was like, come on, don't tell me that. Like, he can suffer more, he can do more. But Milos was like, no, that's it. And then also, after the Mr. Olympia, Dave Palumbo interviewed Milos, and Milos said basically the same thing. That's as far as Samson can go. Dave also wasn't buying it. He was confused, just like everybody else. And the way I perceived that was that Milos is not a high cardio guy because he never did cardio back when he was competing, but Milos never had issues with conditioning. Dexter Jackson also never did cardio, but Dexter, the Blade, he doesn't need to do it. Samson,
Crazy, right?
Interesting. Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's that. Like I said, that's also now part of the story. Then I mean, who do we actually blame it on? Then you know what I mean?
Well,
It's one thing not to get in shape because say your genetics make it extremely difficult, which I'm still sure it's hard for him. But
right.
it's also one thing not not pushing yourself. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah, it's interesting because like if you're that type of caliber, on top of that, this is your main stream of income. Like, shouldn't that be easy for you to do cardio? Like, just get on the fucking step mill, get on the hamster wheel. Especially if he doesn't do any. Like, he puts in 30, 45 minutes a day, and he's fucking peeled within weeks. You know? Like,
Yep.
how much are you willing to sacrifice to be living this life that you're living of just being a bodybuilder? That's it.
And it's just also being so close that being potentially Mr. Olympia, you know, like everyone's
Yeah.
saying, get a little bit more condition, bring a little more detail, and you're right there, man. At least that's what everyone thinks, right? And if he hasn't shown this, at least the potential of like, because there's also that argument of, oh, maybe if he sucks down too hard, he doesn't look the same. Maybe the pop isn't there. Maybe this changes, that changes, you know. But it's like if we've never at least kind of seen it, then it's like we're always gonna assume that that's what we needed to see for him to be that. You know? So.
Yeah. I just I just think it's a shame because I was a big fan of Samson until I heard that today. I was like, oh no, dude, fuck you. That's a privilege to be up there, dude. Like, you can't be treated. You can't suffer a bit. Like, this isn't an all year thing. Like, get your ass on a fucking hamster wheel for fucking 35 minutes. Put your big boy pants on. Be the top tier bodybuilder that you're supposed to be, and reach your fullest potential. And don't make it seem like this is so incredibly tough to do. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's tough, right? It's tough to struggle like that. But this is his livelihood now. Like, this is your main source of income. Like, you gotta fucking, because you'll be forgotten quick, right? Like, you got the hype now, but you keep showing up, even the same that you did to Arnold. Eventually, they'll start bumping you down. They're like, all right, this dude is clearly not improving. Yeah. He's not getting leaner. He's not making the adjustments that the judges are asking him to make. And that's going to be it for that. You get on fucking the Manion's bad side for a few shows in a row, they're gonna stop rewarding you. You know?
And, no, I think it's just like yeah, it's happened to a few people. It's like once we are like Big Ramy, he kind of stopped. He first came on the scene. He was fighting for like those top spots
Hmm.
consistently, and then they were asking him for a little more, and then he went through a couple of years. It's not like he was doing bad, but he was kind
Yeah,
of falling outside of that echelon, And then he's finally
yeah,
got condition, and it took him over the top to become Mr. Olympia.
yeah. They were like, "Oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this
It's like
hottie 10 times
it's
already."
less of a wow factor, right? And it's
Yeah,
like, all right, we've seen this already. It's like,
yeah.
let's
We've
show
seen a
something new.
big dude with muscle and big quads and not fully in shape yet. But what's next? What else are you gonna bring?
And it doesn't help that he's standing next to two guys that are pretty freaking ripped and down and get money. And
Yeah,
they're not going to get worse than that category unless they somehow are working on Hadi. It's like, it's only like a thing. He's always got his boys on board. So it's like, oh shit, what are you going to do?
yeah. Samson, if you are watching this, because you totally are right now, you've got nothing better to do. I guarantee you that Derek and Hottie are doing cardio. So get your ass on the fucking step mill, dude. Like fuck. I don't know. It just that video rubbed me the wrong way because I feel like there's so many people that would kill to be in a spot and that would fucking be a walking corpse for months at a time if they had to, just to fucking be in that top 10 call out, fucking be on the Arnold stage, let alone be up there and you just like, oh, whatever. I'll cruise in, I'll follow what my coach says when it benefits me or you know, when it suits my daily fucking mood, and I'll follow what my girlfriend or my wife says whenever I don't feel like following my coach. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's weird to me.
And honestly, the more I look at it and think about it, it's I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that you got to remember this guy also like not just maybe like 5 years ago because this is around the COVID time was this dude was going to Korea or someplace and I forgot China, staying a week out because he had to like quarantine and working out in a room to be able to have the opportunity to do a pro show to try to even get into the Olympia.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, is this Milo saying this being a little like hyped up, or is it now being a good example of he's a little more comfortable, he has a little bit more of the nicer things in life, he's not gonna suffer as much anymore. Because some people that happens unfortunately.
So
Yeah.
I believe that when that happened, he was in Korea. Um, that was on his come up. He was not with Hostile, which takes care of their athletes extremely well, right? He was not with Hostile. He didn't have this hype around him. He was still a good bodybuilder, but everybody was like, oh, he's still on the come up. He still needs so much more. So they would reward the prettiness of his physique, but they were like, okay, he's good, but he just needs more. He just needs more. He just needs more. Now he's at a point where it's like, okay, he's basically fucking there. Just show up in shape. So, like, I feel like he did the hard work of putting on the tissue, of shaping it.
Yeah.
Now the easy part, in my opinion, is getting in shape because you literally all you have to do is follow what your coach says. Fucking do the cardio, stick to your diet, feel like shit for 10 weeks or so. Probably with his genetics, if he's in that type of shape with doing zero cardio, come on, bro. 35, 45 minutes a day, he's fucking peeled within 3 weeks.
If all that's true, absolutely. Yeah. Unless if he's done this like horrible thing to his metabolic rate, which I mean could be potentially because I heard him say at one point like the dude was starving. He was eating 3 eggs for breakfast and had like no carbs the whole day. So I'm like, what story do I believe? What's and if that being
Yeah.
true, maybe he's pushing a diet thinking that'll get him in shape. Because I also personally know people, even some pros, that like that's how they do it. They rather diet their ass off and they don't want to do cardio. I don't want
Yep.
to
Supposedly
get on a
Akeem's
stair.
like that, where he
Yeah.
needs to eat like a fucking bikini chick to get in shape.
But he does his cardio, right? I've heard he
Yeah. Oh,
pushes
yeah.
through. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
in Samson, the issue supposedly right now is that he isn't supposedly maybe pushing the cardio. He isn't taking it to the next level. Maybe he's doing the bare minimum, and that's why Hadi or Milos did the 3 hour comparison, like really pushing it to get in shape.
Look at how hot he looked. See, this is what grinds my gears, right? Like, with clients, right? You put like an hour and a half of cardio on their program because they really got to kick shit into gear. They're like, I'm gonna burn off my muscle. I'm like, bro, Phil Heath was fucking on the step mill 2-3 hours a day, like, and he was fine. Like,
Well, he acts like you set a 500-calorie diet with the hour and a half of cardio. You know, like, no, you're still eating plenty. You still got plenty of protein in your
well,
diet. You might flatten out, sure, and it might
mhm.
look like you're all smaller. You might look a little more shriveled up, but there's a difference between being flat and actually losing muscle. It takes a lot to lose muscle.
Oh yeah, especially when you're enhanced. When you're
You know
enhanced,
that. To throw that in, it's almost impossible. You
yeah,
have
you
to
got to
starve for a
tear
couple of days
yourself
and
down.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I remember the year where Chris Bumstead came out. I remember I was prepping a client at that point, and I sent him the video because Chris is doing his vlog and he's talking about, yeah, I got like, I got an hour of morning, hour of PM cardio. So this dude is at 2 hours of cardio. My diet is about like 1,600 calories right now. I send that to my client. I'm like, bro, you're 185 pounds right now. This dude is 230 peeled, and he's doing 2 hours of cardio and eating as many calories as you. Trust me, you are okay, buddy. You are fucking okay. Bowser. Sorry, Bowser
Okay.
decided to fucking eat a bone right next to me.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, the motherfucker grabbed the bone and just fucking going at it.
Going down.
Hey,
Meal
I'm gonna
5
take
time,
it.
bro. Meal 5 time for him.
It is, dude. It's a meal. No, it's meal 5.5 for him. He already had
5.5.
his dinner.
That's a snack.
No, it's a snack. So, anyway, I watched that video and it's like something automatically snapped in me from me always being like, "Oh, Samson's fucking awesome to do this." Now I'm like biased now. I'm like, "No, fuck you, Samson."
No,
Not in a bad way. I don't know
no,
him as a
yeah.
person, but
It's
as a competitor who would fucking give a kidney and an arm and a leg to be on that stage, that was
no.
kind of like a shot in the dick. Like, oh, he's just kind of disrespectful in a way.
Yeah, it's almost like he's. How many people do you hear that though? Unfortunately, that are in their sport that are so gifted and talented at times. They don't need to do the shit that most of us do, just to even look like a tenth of percent of them. You know what I mean? And Samson,
Yeah,
don't. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. Obviously, him, Milos, everything he did was incredible.
yeah,
But also, kind of from seeing how like his trajectory, it was he's had it kind of easy, like you said, to put on the muscle. And I think he's finally hit his first kind of hurdle in his career, and it's it's like this is what guy has to prove his point. He's kind of like every good athlete, even in different sports. LeBron, until he won his first title, it's like we're kind of waiting for it. It's kind of, it's
yeah. I don't know. The whole situation is really weird, and then I felt kind of bad for Milos because it all kind of came down on him, and I think he did the right thing by going on Jay's podcast and just straight up saying like,
yeah.
"No, bro,
It's
I
not
gave it my all. He
it's
didn't
not
want to do
fair if
cardio.
he's
He
getting
didn't want to suffer."
it's not fair if he's getting all the blame and it's not actually his fault. Truly, you know what I mean? There should be
Yeah,
there should be a story or there should be an explanation to everything. So then again, it shouldn't hurt Milos too much. And then, because basically with the whole James thing that we're talking about this all earlier before we start recording, it all probably looks bad and all probably even
it
stacking on
does.
top of Milos, like, oh shit, everyone's leaving me, all these good
Yeah.
athletes, and uh, I mean, then
No, it looks
Forks
bad for him.
didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, Forks didn't look as good as he did before. I know people were talking about that, you know, and then
Shit, well, even think about it this way. We even kind of, when we were doing that, like when we were kind of chatting about it, I was even throwing that in there. And I'm like, what the fuck is Milos doing? Like, his guys are off. You know what I mean? I even said it. I said it. So I didn't know the full story. That's on me. Like, I just kind of assumed. I would just,
and there's also a couple of things that we know about Milos that it changed, like even the peaking process very drastically. Obviously, he's a fan of insulin, and
yeah,
using insulin can sometimes backfire you and it can make someone look a lot worse than what they really are. So maybe
definitely.
there's some, or not even a lot, but you can just look a little worse than what they're, a little water retention, a little,
Yeah,
So,
100%. Yes,
well,
but I'm glad he did that. It wasn't a good look for Milos, but I feel like that's going to be now a great thing for Milos because he carried himself as such a professional, even with like the post that he did at the end. He was just like, good luck to Samson, whatever. We had our 2.5 years. We did great things. It's like I appreciate the opportunity of me letting me guide you for the 2.5 years that we did. Blah blah blah. And he didn't say a fucking word until everybody kind of started shitting on Milos, and he was like, "All right, dude, I gotta back myself up here. This is my money now. Like you guys are messing with my income now because obviously he's I would think majority of his income comes from coaching now. That and so he's like, damn, like people are looking at me like I'm fucking up.
So
Yeah, yeah. Even with the genetics thing, like even somebody like Chris, right? He's got crazy genetics in the aspect of like he takes like 5 months away from training, and then he gets back on prep. Like he doesn't train, he doesn't do anything.
really that long?
Yeah, because like I think it's because of his. I mean, I could be talking out of my ass, but from what I heard, it's because of his, his the autoimmune disease that he has.
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah, so he just kind of chills for 5 months or so, and then he ramps it back up,
It's
and then he.
wild, dude.
I know. Can you imagine if Chris like.
Well, dude, I took 5 months off because of my injury. I fucking got fat. I got skinny fat.
Ah,
And like, oh no, man, that's wild to me. Nah, that
I take 5 months off of training. That's it. I'm back to square one. I guarantee you.
you think this is his last year?
Do I think it's his last year?
Yeah, Sibo.
I honestly, what else does he has to prove?
No, for sure, nothing at all. But
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
he's just tacking on to the legacy at this point for sure.
he's got what, 5 Olympias? He might go for 7 or 8 just to be like the winningest Olympia champion.
I think even get number 6. I don't think nobody will come along to beat that. You know
I
what
don't
mean?
think so, but I'm saying
Oh, you mean overall and all?
overall, yeah.
Doesn't Iris Kyle have 10? So I mean,
Oh fuck, that's right.
if you throw her in the combo, if it's just males, then it is Ronnie or
No, well, let's
Haney
be
8.
fair.
Yeah,
No, let's be
yeah,
fair. Let's
yeah,
be
yeah.
fair. Yeah, that's 10. Never mind. I take that back. Then no, at 6, who else is gonna beat that?
I don't think even 5. Well, no, Classic's
Yeah.
only getting deeper and deeper as it's getting longer into its
He's so
years.
far ahead. He's so far ahead of everybody still. Even
But
Wesley. Like, Wesley looked great, but I see all these posts now. Oh, C-Bum's got new competition. Bro, if C-Bum stands next to Wesley, it's fucking game over in every single shot.
Sebum exposes Wesley for all his weaknesses times 2 because they're all Chris's strengths. Like
Every single
the
shot.
legs, the
Yeah.
waist, every shot would be it'd be Chris like at landslide.
Even though Wesley's fucking, I just saw his back shot from 2 days ago.
Yeah, his upper
So
back,
fucking
there was the
detailed.
back itself, but then you
Yeah.
put the lower portion of that shot,
And it's game over.
his legs are thin from the back, especially.
So like, there's no competition still for Chris. There really isn't. Like Dino, it's not a people were like, oh, it was close last year. No, it wasn't. No, it fucking wasn't. It was a blowout.
Like them two were in their own category for sure, but it was still
Mhm.
like it was still enough of a difference that to me the only shot that Ramon like okay that's kind of there like to me if any was like the favorite classic pose.
Yeah.
And it's just because I think that in my opinion Ramon hits like these pretty little shots with his arm show a lot. And I'm not saying he beat Chris, but I'm saying those poses he actually looks good next to Chris. You know what I mean? Like it looks like they can battle it out. Every other shot, it's like Chris easily. You know what I mean?
I agree. It's one of those things where even the crispiest of 100% Ramones and the crispiest of 100% of Wesley's, it's not happening. Nobody's beating Chris. Not anytime soon. Chris has to show up, be in decent enough condition to beat other people. Literally, he doesn't even have to come in 100%, and he can still win that show. That's just how superior he is compared to these guys. And I don't see anybody catching up to him like that because I don't know if you notice, every year he's fucking better on the Olympus team.
Especially now that he's with Hani,
Yeah.
he's only going to get better with him for sure. Like they even talked about, no, it was Ian actually. I saw Ian talk about on the bro chat how when he worked with Chris, I actually had to make him suffer to get in shape, right? And he's like, also when he was part of the prep also with Hani, watching it from like a third person view.
Yeah.
So he noticed that he fed him way more. He had him like doing way less cardio. Like he's like, Hani just had an eye of like timing everything perfectly. He's like, and Chris just had the smoothest of prep. He's like, compared to me, he's like, there's moments I had to push him and this and that. And it's interesting, but oh shit, like, and also he's getting more mature, right? The muscle maturity changes a lot as well. He's in his 30s now or his early 30s. Yeah, I mean that could play a factor as well. But I mean, Hani's a goat, so could be a lot of different things there.
And another thing, like I truly think like in his shoes, right? The guy has made it. He's an icon in the fitness industry.
Millionaire.
He's got enough money as far as like it's just legacy money at this point. He doesn't have to worry about working a day in his life, which is what I'm not saying he doesn't want to work, but
It's
at
like
a
cold
certain
plunge in his
point,
house. I think a hot tub, but it's cold instead.
yeah. I think at some point I would just make the call of like, I've done a lot. I'm the best at what I do. Right off in the sunset on top. Be a dad for your kid that's coming. Enjoy your life, dude. Start a different new business ventures and save your health. You know, save your health.
So, yeah, the only thing I would say is, and I would say it doesn't look like this for him, but if for some reason the shit on the fire was still there, then keep going. You know what I mean? But to
Yeah.
me, I think the opposite. It looks like to him, he's almost just kind of like just. And I'm not saying just do it to do it, but I don't know. There's a different type of like language
Mhm.
and energy that he has compared to when he was in his first two titles.
I
Yeah,
think, yeah, I think in general, like, he's become so famous just everywhere, not even in the fitness space. Like, he is a famous person. I feel like that wears and tears on you after a while. Everywhere you fucking go, you get bugged, especially when you're in prep. That's gotta be, dude, that's gotta suck. The dude had to build himself his own gym because he wanted to prep properly. You know what I mean? Can you imagine being his stature and like having to go to a public gym to train?
I mean, one, I don't know how he would like. No one talks about how he's such a good guy. Like, no one ever caught him like slipping or being pissy or.
Yeah.
That means that's even more admirable that this guy can do go through all that, be bothered as much because he's actually you're saying celebrity type level. He's not just a
Oh yeah.
famous bodybuilder that might get bothered at a gym that has a bodybuilding following.
Oh,
This is
everywhere.
like your kids, like kids walking around don't even work out. You know C-bomb? You watch C-bomb? Like what the
Hmm.
fuck? Really? Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's crazy, and he just probably burns out. It probably takes a lot of energy to always be
Yeah.
that way. You know, to always be
Yeah.
happy and upbeat, and because again,
That
this is
that
why the Batman his energy. I know you saw like one of his last posts or a story about the last Olympia. Yeah, he posted this one, my first Olympia, and it showed this like happy, cheery guy in the background with all like sunshines and rainbows. And
yeah.
he's like, I think it's the sixth or seventh Olympia, and the guy like was missing hair. He was all bummed out. The background was all dark and gloomy. And you know, and that kind of painted a picture to me how he feels about it at this point. It's just,
Yeah.
damn, it's a lot. You know, I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, what else has he got to prove, man? You've got nothing to prove. You're a goat in classic physique.
Yep.
Um, at a certain point, it's just not worth it anymore. Like, the money isn't doing anything in his classic physique winnings. It's literally probably doesn't. It's like pocket change for him at this point. You know, what's 50K to Chris Bumstead now? Fucking kidding me? It's like a
Yeah.
fucking
He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need any more accolades. Doesn't need any more like credibility or whatever you want to say. It's for sure all for him at this point. It's just because he wants to. He's into it. He's
yeah.
enjoying. He's enjoying it still.
Yeah, he's a part owner of Revive and Raw, and like that's fuck. Like you're good, dude.
What's so crazy even too? It's like I bet you there would be a fire maybe lit underneath him if there was maybe like a guy second or third that will really fucking be close to him. You know, because I
Hmm.
think that we all have that. You know, what I mean, we would have
Yeah,
that fire, that competitiveness. You know, I think he knows he's like a few steps ahead of everyone else. Where it's like
yeah,
by the time I let you guys catch up, I'll be in my 40s. I'll be walking out. Like,
yeah. And it's funny because last Olympia when I was watching it, I was like, dude, you should just pull Chris out and put Dino and next to like two other dudes for the final call outs. Like, what's the point? You know what I
like
mean?
Chris
Seriously,
comes
what's the
back, yeah.
point? Yeah, have him battle out. We all know Chris is gonna win. Like that's it's
Give
not a
somebody
knock
else the
that it's
stage time.
boring.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not that it's boring or anything like that. It's just he's that good. And I think at a certain point, like if he has another Olympia where he just blows everybody out of the water, he's gonna be like, how many times do I have to do this? I clearly shit on all of you guys. Maybe he'll take like 2 years off. And then one day be like, all right, I'll
yeah.
come.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, he can retire, and then he's still young enough. That a couple of years, you know what? Yeah, I do want to go one more time.
Hell yeah.
My man.
It's the Muffin Man.
Yeah.
So, brother, we were just talking about a couple of things, but the most recent was about Sebum and like if we think he's gonna keep going, if he's gonna. I mean, we obviously know he has nothing to prove. Doesn't need it for the money. He's gonna go down as probably the greatest classic physique competitor ever. Nobody's gonna beat his number of wins, whatever it's 5 or 6, whatever he leaves off on. So it's like, what else is there for him to do? And then no one's really close enough to even like really challenge him just yet, at least in my opinion.
No way. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, he can go as long as he wants, basically, or as long as his health permits, right?
I feel like
I'm calling one more year.
yeah, I feel like he's gonna win this one, and if he shits on everybody with this kid coming, I think he's gonna think about not doing another. Or maybe what he would do is like I'm saying, take a year or two off, be a dad for a year or two to his kid, and then be like, all right, well, my kid is basically out of diapers and he's fucking become a little human. Like, I got time to do this now. Let me go back. Let me go back and get my title really quick just to tell him that I'm still here. You know, that would be a GOAT move.
I wouldn't be surprised based on what he preaches, right? Of just like being present in the moment and making sure you really, like living life and taking in all those little moments. No one's ever done that, right? Can't think of anyone who's actually stepped away for a year and come back. And I mean,
not one. I mean, he's retired and then he came back and then he placed 4th, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Jay Cutler's the closest story to that, where he stepped away or lost and came back. That's literally the only story close to that. That's that'd be good. That'd be sick.
I mean, Dexter never retired. I think he just his one retirement. He didn't retire then come back.
Mm-hmm. No,
right.
That was like in his prime when he won. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think me in his shoes out. It's not a financial thing for him anymore. He's got nothing to prove, man. At some point he's gonna be like, dude, how many times do I have to do this? Like, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah. Well, you in his shoes. I mean, you're still competing. You're kind of like in similar shoes, right? You're still competing through it.
Yeah.
Through fatherhood, the young years.
Yeah, but I got
Marcel still has the fire though. You still have the fire too.
I got a lot to prove, and it's not a lot to prove to anybody but myself. Literally, that's all it is for me.
Yeah, you haven't accomplished what you want to accomplish.
Yeah. It's funny because like it's not that I'm not content. I'm just not content with kind of not letting myself fully see through this because I feel like I need a few more years to fully see through it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I already invested a decade, you know, invest a couple more, you know, it sucks because, you know, because it's going to cause me to miss some shit with my kids and stuff.
Potentially. I mean, depends how like you navigate everything.
Yeah. But that's the only thing that's really like wrenching my gut, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for that, I'd be like, well, dude, I'm gonna go until I fall apart here.
I think we're all in the same boat when it comes to that. Like I was just saying, you know, we've all put in a good amount of time at this point. And we could all walk away. We're all in our early 30s, late 20s, or whatever. So it's like, it's at that point, it's either that or you can push it and then see those 10 years pay off. You know what I mean? Because we also know that in this sport, it takes most people, unless you're a genetic freak, 8 to 10 years just to even start scratching the surface of your potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like if I give myself a couple more years, like I could be competitive at the national level for sure. You know, but I'm close, but I'm not there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and every little month away, year away, it's like quite a few steps back. And that's the thing with the sport, right? It's like you have to be on it 100% of the time, at least like nutrition wise. Like if you're not progressing, it's it's regressing, right?
Yeah. That's good right there. That's why I feel even more like the reason that I have to push is I feel like I've been in the sport for 6, 7, 8 years, but it's like I can only say maybe a good year and a half, 2 of those was me actually 100% into this, where I wasn't distracted with life. I wasn't fucking around with chicks. I wasn't fucking around with drugs. I wasn't, you know, it's like, oh shit. Well, no wonder I'm not going to get that good if I'm doing all that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not good enough to get away with all that. So it's like I actually had to put in the years to see my potential come to fruition. You know, so
Mike, you got to watch Dusty's podcast with us. The last one, is it up yet, Luis? I didn't see it up yet. Right?
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow. Oh yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So you got to watch that one, dude. That dude was dropping motivational one-liners all podcast long, and it was just like he was hitting every fucking pain point you can possibly think of. You're like, fuck, he's right.
I love
Fuck.
Think Big show, and him and Ron, they're a funny duo. So I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah, he knows how to put something in words that makes you like really think about shit. You're like, fuck, all right.
Yeah, he's very to the point, very direct message. It's powerful for sure. It's like, when you look at life that simply, it's just like it is what it is.
God damn it, Dusty! Why do you have to make sense?
I'll have to watch that.
Why don't you pull up real quick the latest UK roster or whatever? Because obviously we see now Hottie's in. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got it. I got it actually right.
Yeah, how was your guys' viewing party of it?
It was cool. It was just fucking. I was pissed off because I thought I was going to do better.
No one even did good. Sid happened to win get the first top two, so he won. But we all suck, man. we all believed in Samson a little bit too much.
Yeah. We did. God damn it! If Samson did fucking a week of cardio, he would have done it.
Yeah,
all he needed was a week of cardio.
I don't think Mike has even seen that. Have you seen those videos coming out, Mike, about supposedly that he wasn't really suffering, he wasn't really pushing it?
Yeah, he would do cardio and shit.
Who said that?
MILOS. He came out, I guess, on the J podcast, and so this, I guess, it's what people are reading between the lines, and he says something about that he would suggest to Samson about pushing the cardio a little bit more, doing 3 hours if it's necessary, blah blah blah. And he was like not into the idea of doing all that. So it's like I don't know what to believe. I don't know like exactly what's the truth of it, how much he's kind of pulling from it, but yeah that's what he says on Jay's podcast.
My brain doesn't even fathom that. I can't imagine like if you hire a coach that like I trust that coach's word, whatever it is, right? So there's even a conversation about that of like, there's been a couple of conversations with those pros working with MILOS, right? Where it's like, they're kind of listening to MILOS and he's kind of in their corner, but it's like a wish-washy, like they're running the show. And it's so interesting to me because I'm just like, if you're trusting one of these top coaches and these gurus to lead your prep, I'm like, just fucking listen to them.
Bro, the thing about Milos's approach, he is very meticulous. I mean, he like, we've seen it. We've seen this protocol where he writes it out. He's like, 7:30 wake up, 7:45 drink 1 liter of water with a quarter teaspoon of salt. 8 a.m. Take your glutamine and your multivitamin. Age 15 start cooking your oats. 8:30 eat your oats. You know what I mean? Like it's straight up like a whole schedule like that for the entire day. He has it written out for them. So it's pretty intense to work with somebody like that. I'm sure it is. But on the other hand, you're working with fucking MILOS, bro. Like, he's not some chump change dude. I mean, he's been around.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you know his brain and you know how he thinks and works before starting to work with someone. You go to a certain coach because you like you believe in what they have to say in their process. Like, if that's not you and you don't think that way, don't work with the guy. Like,
100%. 100%. All right. So here's what we got. We got Samson. We got Hottie. We got No Neck.
No, he's out. He's out. Yeah. If you go on the Bodybuilders Without Borders, I think he posted like the most recent. It's only like 7 guys in it.
That's it?
Yeah. It's a very, very small show, bro.
So are we doing top 7?
Top 10. Yeah, top 7. Do everyone?
Yeah, I mean we could and make every placing
people out.
Should have fucking
Sid sent me his
done that
picks.
one. Would have placed top 8 at an Arnold if we've done that one.
You say Sid sent you his picks already?
Yeah, he was at a work trip, so he couldn't make it to hop on. But he texted me his top 5.
Let's make us biased, yeah. Don't make us biased. I want to hear it after.
Okay. Well, this This is an easy one, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if we could nail the whole lineup.
Let's see. Okay, so we got James, Akeem, Samson. See, you say it's an easy one. I don't know. I still think that like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th are like could go maybe a couple different ways.
Fuck
Yeah.
no. I already know it, bro. I already know it.
You already
Okay.
know this.
Right, ready, Luis?
One
I'm about to rattle this bitch off.
Hold on. I'm gonna sticky note it for now, and then once I get to home, I'm gonna put it on the notebook.
Yeah. I'm in a mood, so I'm just gonna go.
There we go.
1 Hottie.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 Akeem.
What?
Told you I'm in the mood, so I'm gonna go.
Okay.
3 Samson. 4 John De La Rosa. 5 James. 6 Antoine. 7 Shaban.
God, I don't remember. I didn't see the scorecards.
Mo got last on the last one.
Yeah.
Horse beat him. Oh, you were just trying to be on like how close it was between Antoine and all of them?
I wanted to see. I forgot. Do you remember the scorecards of what the difference between John and was James in 5th? No. James in 5th, right?
Yeah, James was 5th.
Did you guys see how crazy fucking Akeem looked at the fucking finals?
Yeah.
Yeah, he brings that here.
Well, Hakeem was 4th at finals in 4th.
Yeah.
I mean finals. So
Hakeem's an alien, man. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like 90% of the time Hakeem just like looks soft though, and then when he comes in crazy, he comes in like wow.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, like 1 year he snuck into the 6th at the Olympia.
Something
Was it 6th or 7th?
Something
6th,
like that.
Yeah.
6th. Yeah, he just snuck in out of nowhere. People were like, "What the fuck is this?" You know. So I believe
that's a bet there.
I know.
Is your money
I believe
this, or is it just like?
I know. I believe Samson and James are gonna fuck their peaks because they're both with doing it by themselves.
I don't think James will mess up his peak as much because I think he knows what the.
Did you see what he was doing? Did you see the post he made?
I was watching the interviews of him after.
Yeah, he just made a post like about how he's going about this week. He's trying to get himself to spill over the next few days. Like he's eating a bunch of shit, so then he can pull it back and be tight. That's what he's doing. He's like, it's not.
Well, what I'll say about that, I don't know if that's like that good of an idea, but he's also, from what I think Mike is saying, he's in an interview with Ron and Dusty, and he talked about what he did for the last peak and how that kind of backfired him, and then on what came out the next day. So he's pretty much going to try to mimic what he did the following day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, so he did look better Friday. So it's like, well, I mean, let's see, maybe it will benefit him. Yeah, what about you, Mike? Who you got?
Hottie Samson.
Boring.
John.
Ooh.
All right.
I don't believe in Akeem, dude. Sorry.
I don't blame you. Fuck.
James, Akeem, Antoine, Mo.
Ooh. So we got everyone's gonna have different picks. Let's see what make it cool. All right, for me, I'm gonna go Hottie, Samson, Hakeem, John, James, Antoine, Mo.
How did I put James and Antoine again?
You put James 5th, Antoine 6th.
Swap those two for me.
Marcel's getting busy. Say too late.
Too late. It's final.
7 and 10.
Is this your final answer?
Say mine again, just to make sure that I'm locked in.
Hottie, Samson, John, James, Hakeem, Antoine, Mo.
Yeah. Lock him in. Final answer.
Cool.
All right, Luis.
So if you win that one, I'm going to be blown away. Yours
Bro,
are
if I win that one, I should have just played the line.
after that.
So
That's
I mean, and then
good.
obviously we're gonna grade it the same way. I don't know why
Yeah.
Derek got all of them at 1 point. I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. The higher
Yeah.
placing equals more points. So it's only
Right.
7. First place is 7. Second place is 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Cool. Should be
Luis,
fun.
it's your turn, dude.
Yeah, what are yours?
What do
You
you
just
mean?
read it. Say anything?
That was me. What do you mean?
Wait,
Oh,
what
you,
is yours?
What I said right now? You didn't hear me?
oh,
I'd say-
Hadi, Samson, Akeem, John De La Rosa.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
James Antoine Mo. Yeah,
Yep,
that was mine. That wasn't Sid's. The one I was saying. Sorry, that was mine.
Okay.
Yours. Got it.
What did Sid go with?
Let me check. It's in my phone. It sent me a message. Can
Did
you still
Derek
hear
play
me?
today? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. You just can't see me good. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Sid. His top 5. Oh no, he actually placed everybody. Never mind. That's awesome. Hadi, Samson, John, Hakeem, James, Antoine, Shaban.
I'm very close with his.
Watch fucking Shaban comes in and smokes fucking everybody. Takes like second.
Just like Horse fucked up everyone else's picks.
I mean, it's also what Mike said though. Like 4 or even 3 through 7 or 3 through 6 are all so close that depending how they peak and how they even show up, they flip flop everybody. Because I
Yeah,
can see
they're-
Antoine.
Sorry. So the person that does the worst, what do they have to do? Winner gets the money, but who gets it when they fuck, dude? Why am I even asking this? I have the most horrible picks out of all, but whatever. Let's fucking go with it.
I'm confident enough in my picks. I'm not gonna shave my face. My girlfriend would not allow that. I look like I'm 12 without facial hair, so I don't know.
How about your hair? Shave your hair.
I have the longest hair too out of all of this. Like that.
Yeah, mine would take like 7 years to grow back from here. So
I mean, I got
That'd
the
be-
implant done, so it's whatever. I'll shave it. At least it'll grow back this time. But I don't know if we all want to make that bet. We're actually gonna follow through. We should make it something at least.
I'll follow through with it.
that's
If that's
like-
a bet, I'll follow through with it. 100% we'll follow through with it. I don't care.
I'm a pussy. I'd rather just give someone money.
See, but the money doesn't hurt. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You'll toss that fucking $25 at some
Makes the
stupid
winner
shit.
happy. It makes the winner happy. So you guys think of something. And
I would be happier to watch somebody shave their head.
dude, not happening.
All right. How about, no, I was going to say somebody has to leave a porn stash, but Mike's got to fucking flip my beard again.
If we ever get to the point where we had like fucking thousands of subscribers, I'd be like, I'm so fucking down. Let's make it fucking. Someone gets a tattoo. Someone has to do like a
Shave an
Hitler for a
eyebrow.
week or something.
Yeah. Shave an eyebrow.
But it's like, man, this is gonna be for pain and nothing else, and for like.
Bro, I'll do it. I don't care. I'll do it right now. I really don't care. I think it'd be exciting.
I don't even need to lose.
Oh no! You do the loser should have to eat one of those hot ass spicy chips on the podcast.
That's good.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. Yes.
That sucks. That sucks. And then it's like, come on.
That's solid enough.
That's just gonna be for like it's gonna be for a moment. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to go around anywhere.
I'm on Amazon.
The worst 20 minutes of your life, but
That shit.
Spicy.
Yeah, I'm so weak for that too. That's
dude, I did like a hot sauce one time. That's like it comes in this bottle. That's like in a glass. That's in a bag. That's in a box. Intense ass shit. I put a toothpick in this thing and I licked the toothpick. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
I was crying. I was snotting.
I don't even eat hot sauce. So that if I lose this, I'm in deep shit.
Bro, I found it. Chip challenge. I got it. I'm buying this shit for us. Just throwing. Fucking, it's in my Amazon cart. Let's go. Check out.
I'll be anxious for the next like 4 days. I'm sleeping like I don't want to eat this shit.
You know who did this actually?
Like, oh please.
You know, I never did it, and his suggestion is before you do the challenge, make sure you eat enough like fats prior.
Yeah.
because the fat coating helps you kind of digest it and poop it out like a lot easier.
Bro, there is nothing. Okay, you see this label? That's gonna be your asshole. Think about it. Burns coming in, burns coming out, dude.
Dude, I'm Mexican, bro. I have jalapenos in my breakfast when I was a baby.
I don't know. That thing looks scary, but fuck it.
No, it'll fuck me up. I'm kidding. It'll fuck me up.
I'm counting
Oh, dude, no. All right, fuck it, dude. We're doing it.
lose, so it's okay.
I got this shit.
I think Derek would die. He would legitimately die if he ate that.
Derek would die.
He would die if he ate that.
That'll be
Derek's the
yummy.
worst with the spice for sure.
Really? I don't know. I eat hot sauce and prep. I'm not like a super crazy about spicy things. I had like super duper yeah. I had like super duper duper like super extreme hot wing challenge at this bar place. Like I tried one and it was pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried the atomic. I think it was at the was it Buffalo Wild Wings? I think it's atomic. I think that's what it is there. And it was pretty bad. It definitely is not enjoyable, and it takes
You'll
a good.
survive this the best though.
Honestly, like for me, it wasn't the eating of it part because you take the first few bites and it took like 5 minutes for it to fully like start whooping my ass. Like the worst was when I had to go to the bathroom after. That was the worst. Like that burned. You know, it burns coming in, burns coming out, bro.
Yeah, no, whatever comes in has to come out. So that's why do the coating thing. Eat some fats, eat some. I think he ate like cheesecake. He said a good amount of it, and then that's what saves up.
Put some fucking margarine on your butt.
Lube it up a little bit now.
Coat your stomach with a stick of butter.
Can't lose, and none of this won't be my problem. So.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be. Now I'm kind of fucking scared with my picks, but whatever, they're locked in, dude.
Be like, I'm not doing it. I shaved my head.
Are you watching the stream, Mike? Are you gonna be watching it or?
Well, what time is finals? Yeah, it'll be like in our morning time.
Let's see. Live stream.
That's why I'm confused. Like Derek was trying to explain it. Are they like 8 hours ahead or something like that?
4
Yeah,
p.m.
they're
9 a.m. Pacific time. So if it's in the evening, it's going to be in the middle of the day.
Yep.
Maybe. Yeah, it's free. So yeah.
Excuse me. Ooh, my bad.
If I'm not training, then yeah.
No, what time the finals? What time would that be?
I'm trying to look it up. It's just loading.
Maybe we should hop on for a little bit at the end of it if it's not too late. You know what I mean? But,
yeah. Here, live stream.
It'll be around like 1 or 2 p.m.
Live stream.
Still might be at work though.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the registration for it. I just didn't look at the time zones on that or anything.
How's your quad? How's the leg training going in the recovery?
Good, brother. Really, really good. They're just chucking along. I've been doing most of my leg days with Dom. So we've been playing it safe under the newbie, you know, a little extra current helps me feel a lot more. But I've had no pain. All the range of motion, they're equal now. So it's just about getting the left leg to get the size back what it was, you know, because that crazy enough, that was my good leg. So the only kind of blessing that's happened so far, my right leg, I used to struggle like crazy to develop that quad, right, for some reason. And all of a sudden, since getting hurt, that quad is like starting to like flare out, kind of how my left did prior to the injury. So I was like, oh shit, if I get this back to what it was, I mean, this might be like a blessing in disguise where because that was always an issue on my right quad just did not like pump up for some reason. It was the weirdest thing. And I think from being so like shifted and being on my right leg for so long, it somehow did something to where like, I don't know, man, like realign my body. And yeah, we'll see. It's still not going to be easy, but it's like I've seen some different part of that leg where it's like I didn't see that. But
I mean, that's good that the range of motion is the same, that you're like actually able to get through some newbie leg day. It's a newbie as a
yeah, he almost fucking made me throw up. It's like, have you ever trained on the newbie machine?
No.
So that's another thing, man. I would tell anybody that's a lifter just to do it like even one time. You feel the benefits weeks after, even with that same muscle group, like the contractions. And like, man, it's just the intensity of with that while it's on you and you're trying to train, your heart rate's like times 10. So like it's very, very intense, as in if your body's not used to it, you're like, yak. So I obviously wasn't used to the high intense leg days anymore, and he almost made me yak.
I just looked at the same website earlier today. That's funny.
Yeah, because it looks like prejudging is 7 p.m. UK time,
It's like 11.
right? So that's 7 p.m. is what
Oh,
12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time in Tucson. So makes sense. So it starts at noon tomorrow, basically prejudging. And then let's see, Saturday is the finals. Finals is at 7 p.m. on Saturday. So let's see, 16. So yeah, it's gonna be 12 p.m. Saturday for us.
Okay.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. Aren't they 8 hours ahead, not behind?
they're ahead, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So it's noon in our time. Okay, yeah.
I'm all getting confused now too. Wait, what? All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I got confused with like ahead behind, but
Yeah,
yeah.
and although maybe we could do some later after it, but that's around the time I get back from usually Mesa. That's when I see down. So it may be
We'll
tricky.
No, I know. I'm excited. Make sure we get um Derek and Sid up to speed on this chip thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Everyone's
message.
good.
Derek never even sent his pics though. Right now, I don't think he did.
Man, come on, Derek.
We'll see. We'll send him in the I'm sure he'll hop in. But yeah,
Hold
I
on.
don't think. What do you guys think about the whole prize money being raised and all that?
Fucking awesome.
It's
Right?
great.
I love the way Arnold laid it out too. He was like, I used to be forced to conform to a set of rules. He's like, but I don't feel like I need to follow them or something along those lines. And he's like, so I'm raising the price to 500K. So maybe the Olympia will step up and do something better too. I was like, damn, good for you, bro.
It was pretty badass. If
Because
there's
think
like,
about it, 500K compared to 350 for an Olympia win.
wasn't it 300? Wasn't it 300 last year?
Yeah, some shit like that. Like, fuck yeah, I'm going to Arnold. I'm not fucking.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a good year for bodybuilding in that sense of like them actually giving back to athletes, increasing prize money across bodybuilding as a whole for the winners and second place with the sponsors, even though it's a minor amount, still like something. The
Yeah.
wellness one that the Wolfpack bags or whatever those backpacks were,
Right.
they now increased their prize money too. Started some movements, you know.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we need it. Like, they're obviously, like, I think the top echelon of our sport should be rewarded better, financially, because you know how expensive these preps are. You know how much to take out of you. Like a prep for a pro bodybuilder costs somebody like 10, 15 grand. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy when you so if you ever compare it to just like other professional things that you wouldn't ever think that should make as much money. One of the other like pastimes that I got into for a little bit, less so now, but was like trading card games and stuff.
Uh huh.
And
Yeah.
dude, they have like national tournaments pretty much like every weekend, just like bodybuilding championships and stuff,
Yeah.
right? And they have hundreds of people come out to these things, and the prize monies for literally a trading card game is up to like 100 grand per these things for the
Holy
winner.
fuck.
It's literally trading cards, a kid's game.
Yeah.
These tournaments are going on for them. Like they're literally making more than the athletes in this sport.
Well,
It's
think about something like golf. Like a golf win, like they have a tournament weekly, $3.6 million.
well, the reason why I can't compare to golf is just like the viewership, right, and like the fan base.
Yeah.
But when you compare to something like trading card games and why I like it,
Yes.
because
Very.
like
Yeah.
it's so niche. Like no, like there's maybe tens of thousands of people, if that, watching on a live stream. Maybe like bodybuilding is much bigger than that, and it's far behind where those prize money is. So it's interesting. I'm
Yeah.
glad there's some.
Believes you missed it. Mike was saying like how the prize money and something crazy like trading card games, or competitions or whatever you want to call them. They were getting like 100K a competition, and bodybuilding is getting like 30 grand for an open win at like
It's true,
freaking.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
the obviously it's not an issue of lack of money. We know that. It's still there's plenty in the sport. There's plenty and even just all the NPC registration, IFBB registrations, whatever. You know what I mean? Now the sponsorships are all there, and We know it'll never be a mainstream thing, but the money is there to put a little bit more for the athletes when we know that there's a lot that goes into it, and it's also that type of career where like it's only going to pay you as you're doing it type deal. And if you're not smart of setting yourself up for the future, because look how many champions we have that are kind of irrelevant, broke, never really did anything after. You have to really, really plan out your future with this, and it would be nice to get a little bit more potentially have a little more money coming in, like where you are competing. So
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
you're a professional, right? So you should at least be making a very respectable salary in a way where you're living comfortably,
Yeah.
making ends meet.
100%.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to rely on other sources of income in order to support yourself. If you are in the, I'm not even saying like top 10 in the world, but like I feel like top 50 in bodybuilding should make a pretty decent living. You know what I mean? Like I get it, we're not a big sport, but like top 50, so we're talking about somebody that can make basically a first call out at most of
Yeah,
the
pro
pro
show. Yeah,
shows. You know what I mean?
that's like
But
upper echelon pro. That's upper.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
You're making first call outs at pro shows. Yeah, you should be able to support yourself through just bodybuilding, and nothing else.
Well, it's
But
interesting if you look at where was 212 Mr. Olympia a couple years ago.
Oh my God, I'm blanking too. The Middle Eastern guy.
oh, the old guy,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm blanking on his name. I'm brain farting.
he was the oldest Mr. Olympia of all time.
yeah. What the?
Kamal.
Come
Where else?
on,
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the point of me bringing up his name was it's interesting when you look at just like league wise and country wise, right? What I was going to say was, if you're a professional athlete in top caliber and you're in these federations that, these federations want you to compete in their shows, Kamal was on salary. He got paid a couple $100,000 a year to compete, like in this federation, because they wanted him to compete. And I'm pretty sure with whatever league he was in, he was also competing in like these world championships or whatever to like compete on behalf of their country. So
Yeah.
like it's just a different way of thinking about it. Like, why aren't we doing something like is that something that we should think about here? Like, shouldn't athletes, if they're top tier, top in the world in a sport, like shouldn't they be making a salary like beyond
Mhm.
sponsor? I mean,
Hey,
maybe that's happening. I don't know to a certain level, but I think
see,
it should be baseline, right?
I think that's not such a bad idea. I didn't never thought of that of just having like a 50K a year base salary. Let's say you have to do a minimum of 2 or 3 shows, in the IBB Pro League. Obviously, you have to be active to get your salary paid out. And then there's bonuses like, oh, okay, and then the prize money can be fucking 30, 40, 50 grand for, top call outs because you have a base salary to go off of.
Yeah.
Yep. You
It's
know,
just, I don't know the difference of like how public or not how public, but like how mainstream bodybuilding is where Kamal was from. But like, and clearly that's probably the difference, right? Is like it's more of a nationally accepted sport that's actually like,
yeah,
mainstream.
where does Kamal from?
I would have to look.
Iran?
I bet you if this league, Luis, was in like Dubai instead of the US, right? I bet you that this conversation would probably be a realistic conversation just based on how popular bodybuilding is over there, right? I just think it's just
Yeah.
a different culture. Mhm. Yeah, like I said.
So I'm looking at Kamal is from Libya, which I remember now that I read it. I'm looking at his competitive history. It's kind of crazy. Um, so he started competing in 2001 at NABA and ABBA. So Mr. Universe, he won that. Then NABA European Championships won that. So he competed from 2001 to 2002 in NABA. Then in 2003, he pops on IFBB Asian Amateur Championships, middleweight, first place, IFBB Night of Champions in 2003. Yeah, did not place on that one. 2000. Go ahead. Hmm. Yo, yeah, bro, it's crazy. He pops back up on the scene, and he does the NPC Excalibur. So the NPC Excalibur is what I just competed in 2007 in light heavies, and he won first.
Can you imagine showing up and that guy standing next to you?
Fuck that, dude. I'm leaving.
Just leave.
I watch him take off his sweats, and I'm like, I'm out, guys. This it doesn't even make sense.
You're like, that's someone's coach over there, you know?
Yeah,
He's backstage and just
yeah, yeah. Then he did the Arnold Amateur in 2009 light heavyweight first, so he won that. World Amateur Championships light heavyweight, World Games heavyweight. Yeah, dude, he went back to some other fucking federation, ABBF. ABBF. I've never even heard of him. Then he went to WBPF. Then he went back to IBB Asian Amateur Championships. Then back to ABBF. And he took this long ass break. And then all of a sudden he pops back up in 2018 and wins the IBB Arnold Classic at 212. Then he in 2018 he takes third at the Olympia. 2019 he wins the Olympia. 2020 he takes second on the Olympia. 2021 he takes third at the Olympia, and I believe that was his last show.
yeah, that's crazy.
Right? Like, that's insane.
He just went over to the IFBB because he made his money. He was set. He proved himself against the better competition because he was just cleaning house in these other competitions he was at.
I mean, I love it. The dude won a fucking 212 Olympia at like the age of 40 something, and he was like, I'm out. That's it. Then he lost his title, and then he took third, but he still was like, I'm still third in the world at this, but I'm out. I'm like 45, but fuck it.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, it's cool.
Yeah, no, that was cool to see. I didn't know he competed in all these fucking federations, dude. That's crazy. I think that's a problem in itself, is that there's that many different federations that do this type of shit. Because
we just need to move halfway across the world, and Marcel, you can make some money competing. Just move.
No, hell no, dude. Have you seen not Kamal, what's oh, bro, my wife and my babies are coming, dude. They don't care. I'll tell them we're moving. Hell yeah, they would. I think 100% they would. Like, if we had something set up somewhere, fuck yeah, we'd be out.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, there's nothing keeping us here. We'd be out of this fucking thing so quick. No, but what's that 212 bodybuilder from Dubai? Fuck. He's been given so many gifts in bodybuilding too. Yep, Ashkenani. Bro, that dude drives a Lambo to the gym every day.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like just a bowling ball. It's just a bag of meat. Yeah, that year that he won the New York Pro, I was like, how the fuck did he win the New York Pro? He just didn't. He had like no. That's what I was about to say. I was like, had zero separation. Yeah, yeah. Too much too quick, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. No, what I was saying, like that dude. If you follow him on any social media, dude, that dude lives like he's a millionaire. Oh yeah, Uh, oxygen gyms and shit. Bro, if I got an invite to Oxygen Gym, I would go. Sure, yeah. My yeah, dude, I'll drive a Lambo to all your fucking yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
serious and we'll die.
Well, we have our predictions. Who's winning the Arnold Classic Classic Physique?
So
We
this
have like 7 competitors too. I think I, that's what I think. Yeah, yeah. I I think that's I'm gonna double that.
yeah, he looks sick.
Yeah.
Looks like he nailed it this time, as well. But yeah, I'll agree with your guys' picks. Yeah, I think Wesley.
Wesley. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wesley.
Yeah. If he comes in as sharp as he did at this one, yeah, it's gonna be tough to beat him.
Did you
Because he
guys?
looked so much bigger than Urs as well, and like Urs is only Urs and Brian, I guess, are his only well, actually, Michael the Bull is coming too. He always comes in with some fucking razor sharp condition. So I'm guessing it's gonna be him and the Bull too. Yeah, yeah, I think it's gonna be him and Mike the Bull in top two, and then obviously Urs. Obviously, I think Urs and Brian are gonna be 3 and 4. Again, yeah, unless Urs gives the Bulls some run for his money. But who knows? I feel like Urs has been in shape for a long time now, which might be tough to continue to keep showing up crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. Yeah,
That's not your in your room. That's not your own fancy artwork in your room. Um,
he's like, that's a Picasso, motherfucker.
that's fancy. Yeah, I like the fun chats. I'm a quiet one, so I appreciate the fun chats, guys. This is good. I did not know what I was getting myself into, and I hope I don't have to eat a chip. But it's okay. I think Marcel's going to lose. So
Let's go. Bro, oh, for sure, 100%, 100%. There's no doubt about that. Except I'm not gonna sleep well with my picks now. But whatever. Let's fucking yeah, if you don't gamble, you don't win, right? Yeah, yeah. We can get this thing up. What's tomorrow's Friday? I could get it up tomorrow afternoon, but I think we have a different one coming out though. So Saturday. Yeah. Well, don't forget to eat your hot chips.